Hello everyone and welcome to a brush lettering tutorial. I'm super excited to do this with you guys, but I'm going to put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video. I'm also a newbie at this, so if you're really experienced and you came across my video, you might cringe a bit. But this was really fun to do, so I hope you enjoy it. We're using Winsor & Newton inks today, and Pentel Aquash pens. I think that's how you say it. I'll just put the link in the description where I got them. They're from Amazon, so if you're interested, you can go there. The first thing I did was fill a palette with some ink, and then these pens already have water in them. You can fill them with water, or you could fill them with ink, but I chose water. So what I did is I decided to look up pictures of different fonts and kind of get an idea of the style I wanted to go for. I also looked on Pinterest, so I used Google Images and Pinterest and looked at cursive letters. Next, I figured out a color family. As you could see a couple seconds ago, I held up pink, orange, and yellow. So that's what I'm using here. I'm starting with pink and working my way to orange. Now you're probably like, okay, less talk about the color, more talk about the technique. How about we do that? So when I lay my brush on the page, I am very slow at this. This video is actually slightly sped up, believe it or not, and yeah. When I lay down my color, there are times that you can see my brush stroke is a little thinner and my brush stroke is a little thicker. I'll show you with this word. Alright, I'm gonna write spring. I just did a thin stroke, but before that I did a thick one. So this thin in thickness, thin here, thick there. I am pressing light and then I'm pressing hard. So the whole line thickness just has to do with what pressure you're using. And if you want to know how I create that gradient, I just go and kind of use the color I was using, and then I switch to a new color. And then I go back to my old color and kind of go over that line. It kind of like blends it a little bit. So that is how I did that. The key here is to definitely go slow. I feel like a lot of videos I have watched for brush lettering just kind of make it look like this super easy thing. You go very fast and it's just supposed to look flawless and whimsical. And I can tell you right now that that's not the case for me. Maybe it is for you, but I threw some stuff away when I tried to do that because it did not go too well. Also, one tip I would love to give you is that you don't have to stress about connecting your letters until after you draw the letter. Like sometimes I'll draw, for instance, the N and the G in spring, and then I connect it. It's not a big deal. You can do it however you feel comfortable, but that's how I chose to do it. And then I kind of gave my little wingy things some leaves. I'm just imagining all these calligraphy people like cringing as they're watching this video, but we're learning together here. That's the point of this. People who are new at this can learn with me. I'm learning. So I just kind of filled up my palette and decided to keep doing this because it was really fun and I was enjoying myself, so why not? I decided this time we're gonna write Choose Joy. So as you can see, this font is pretty similar to the last one. I didn't want to get too fancy, but yeah. I was mostly focusing on thin and thick lines when I did all of this. So yeah. I'm not quite sure how I want to end my words sometimes. I do like little swirly things and leaves because I'm into those swirls and leaves. But you can do whatever you feel is up your alley, I guess. If you like nature, you can do the leaves that I did. Whatever you like. Now I'm writing Love Conquers All, and you're gonna notice a couple of these are very sped up. I'm just kind of showing you a time lapse of how I do them. Others will slow down later in the video, but yeah. I did gradients from like a bluish purple to magenta in this one, and I think this was my favorite. I also decided I'm not gonna worry about how centered my words are on the page. I can crop my picture later. I have a paper cutter, or I can use scissors. Not a big deal. So that's just another thing I'll throw out there. This was probably my favorite one. I loved it, and I just love that phrase too. So yeah. Next, I decided we have to use yellow somewhere in this. I just want to go back to yellow, and I want to use green. So let's do this. And I just wrote I love plants. I thought it was fun, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing for this one. I decided to just kind of stop looking at references and do my own thing. And you know what? I did look up how to do the V because I didn't want to be awkward. But yeah. Wrote I love plants, and it turned out to be one of my favorites. So the T was so fun. I decided to connect the S with it. I think it probably would have looked less awkward had I not. But it was fun, and I went with it, and the point here is to have fun, right? If you haven't tried this and you want to get into it, I totally recommend that you just like dive into it. I was nervous to do this for a while because I was afraid that like maybe it wouldn't be very good starting out, but I think that in order to do this stuff, you just kind of have to dive in and learn it, and it was a joy to do so. So the next one I did was write Wanderlust on a piece of paper, yeah, like I did for all the last ones. And I love this phrase just because I love to travel. Some people think it's like very cliche now and stuff, but I don't care. I like it, so I'm writing it. This one, I wanted to try to use as many colors as I could. It was a long word, and I just felt like it was so fitting for this word. So, yeah, it was great. And this one, I wish I had written a little smaller just because it was like very on the edge of the page. But I just worked with it and had fun. I can't wait to try this again, and if you want more tutorials as I practice, let me know. I'd love to do this with you. I will put these in my shop if you're interested. I will also be adding spring bundles to my shop with like tons of prints and stickers and all that fun stuff, and little doodles, like original artwork. I'm gonna be doing a huge spring sale soon, and I did not want to forget to say that in this video, so just throwing that out there. But yeah, these are the finished babies, and they're so fun to make. Had so much fun. I can't wait to make more, and yeah. Give me good ideas for phrases if you want to see that in another video, because I was kind of stumped with like what I wanted to say. Didn't know like what words to do at first. Anyway, thanks for watching, and feel free to join the art family and subscribe. Yay! See you next week, guys. Have a good one.